passport bros. Do you know what they are?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, it's, I guess, Western men who leave this country and the West in general and try to find women in, let's say, like the Philippines, you know, they go to Japan, Eastern Europe, because they don't like the women here. In general, I think a lot of it has to do with woke culture, so they don't like...
And OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, yes.
The only men who like to go overseas to find a partner is men who like to prey on vulnerable women.
Oh my god, that's so racist.
That's so
all
racist.
Filipino, all Thai women, they're just vulnerable?
White-
It's the white liberal thing.
It's a white savior thing too.
White savior
They
thing.
feel like, oh, I have to save this person. If they're not white, they must, you know, be easily manipulated by the white man.
Assuming you mean they're more biddable, that they're less outspoken, they don't demand anything of you.
I think that's what you mean, girl.
They're just happy to be rescued from their poverty-stricken life of no opportunity, and in return, all they have to do is subject themselves to your advances. So I do wonder at your motivation for why you want to go overseas to find a partner. Is it because you prefer your woman biddable, without opinions, unable to fight back, and vulnerable?
Honestly, I think it comes from a place of jealousy that they know that the men are leaving, they don't want them. And listen, if you want to be a girl boss, if you want to be more dominant in the relationship, okay, like no one's telling you you can't do that. But then why are you upset when some men may not want that? And many men, they want more traditional sort of setup. Okay, if you were fine with that, if you don't want these men in the first place, why are you so upset?
Yeah, they want women who can give them peace.
Yes, exactly.
But if you're only causing chaos,
like,
why are you complaining
you
about it?
have to come home to that every single day.
Right.
Who wants to do that?
This guy?
Yeah, so he's the passport bro, and she's screaming at him. And this, I guess it shows, like, her attitude is kind of what he's trying to escape.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Right? So
She's just proving the point.
she's literally proving the point.
I deserve to have a traditional wife. They want to go be a passport bro. And I'm like, bro, you're fat, you're broke, you don't deserve a traditional wife. You need to level up. The same way they want a traditional girl. The girl, she's going to be way more traditional back in my country. So trust me, she's not marrying you for love, she's marrying you for your green card. So
Are you against passport bros or?
I understand the fundamentals of it for those who have done everything in life to make sure they are a man. But if you're not a man, I don't think you deserve that, honestly. If you don't have your life together, what makes you think you know how to appreciate a traditional wife? If some other guy who's living here who's never had an idea of what a male figure is in his life, he's going based off of whatever little content he picks from the internet. He's like, well, I want a traditional wife, but therefore he doesn't even have like a credit score.
I don't know, I think some of the things she says make sense because if you're going for a traditional woman, chances are she wants a traditional man. So she wants a man who can provide for the wife, the children, bring food to the table.
These men are doing a lot in order to get married and to start a family.
Yeah.
It's not about just traveling once. It's a big commitment.
It is, yeah. I mean, of course, I'm sure a lot of them do just want to like go hook up with a bunch of like women, but a lot of them, I'm sure, want a wife and to raise, you know, to have a family. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a woman who embraces her femininity.
If you're willing to travel to another country in order to find your wife, I think that's good.
Yeah.
Like, good for you.
I mean, you need money for that,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's like, oh, well, because she's from another country, she must just want your money. I feel like that's a racist belief.
Right. What if they actually love the person?
Yeah. A lot of people are upset with this. I think some people have a point in terms of like the whole sex tourism. So a lot of men could go out and they like accuse them of trafficking. Of course, there's a dark side to it. I'm sure, you know, this does happen. But I think a lot of men really are just fed up with this.
Yeah.
They want a more traditional woman, perhaps. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, personally.
Yeah, I think it can be consensual, and I think it could be non-consensual.
Exactly.
Of course, we are for the consensual part.
Yes. And
so.
I think the thing here is that the Western women are getting so upset over it, but then claiming not to care. So they're like, we don't need you anyway. You guys can't get a woman here. That's why you're leaving.
Right.
Okay, that's why you're so upset, though?
Why are you offended?
Offended.
And I can promise you, we Asian women are happy to have your men and offer them everything they've been looking for. And you attack us Asian women too. You call us poor, uneducated, submissive, desperate women who are happy with your table scraps and rejects. But if you truly believe we were getting your leftovers, the men you don't want anyway, then why do you sound so angry and defensive about it? And try to shame men for finding happiness here. And what you call submissive is what we call being agreeable. Do I look uneducated, submissive, and desperate to you? Well, guess what? There are millions more like me over here. just waiting to have a shot at making your man happy.
What? That is so amazing.
I love that. And she looks way happier than the other women that are against this, right?
She actually looked more like a girl boss.
She looks like a girl boss.
Yeah,
I would
like
say so.
I know what I want.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the rise in women having OnlyFans, I know it's a huge turnoff
Yeah.
for many men.
Right.
And of course it is, because it's like, oh, so you're willing to show yourself like that
Yeah.
for a couple of dollars per month. But like, because you remember a couple of years ago we talked about revenge.
Right.
So that's of course an issue, and women are of course upset about that. But now it's like, well, if you pay for it, you can see the same
Exactly.
things.
Exactly.
It's like, where's your self-respect?
And then they blame men for like sexualizing them, but then they'll like, oh, by the way, check out my OnlyFans.
You can pay your bills because men are watching you and paying you.
And that's not to let men off the hook either. Like,
No.
of course, there are men who are going to be watching that. But for those who don't like it, I don't think we can be mad at them. I don't think we should shame men for not wanting a woman who's participating in that.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
And in the same way, I was wondering if there are passport gals or passport sisters. I don't know what you would call them, but I'm sure there are, and I would sympathize with them, I think, a little bit, because
Right.
I think this really does go both ways. I personally don't think that hookup culture benefits either men or women.
No.
I really don't. So I wouldn't blame it if women too said, hey, I'm kind of over this, and
Right.
maybe try to find a more traditional man.
Yeah, even though men and women are obviously different, and men have a much higher sex drive than women,
Yes.
it's not going to benefit a man either to
Yeah.
just hook up with random people for the rest of his life.
Like, oh, I slept with 100 people who don't care about me at all. Look at me, I'm so macho.
Yeah, and the men today, they're in this culture. It's bad too. Like male feminists and like weak men, they play video games all day.
Yeah.
Or they're like Andrew Tate, or like even
Where is the middle?
extreme. Yeah, straight men love a feminine energy.
And it comes down to what you personally like, and there's something wrong with that. We shouldn't be shaming anybody for wanting what they want, because
Right.
that's not something you control. Thank you guys. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.